So once it's rebooted up, you're actually going to go into your switch to data screen here, and this is your horse preset screen. So this is where you're actually going to log in all of your horses that are going to be using the spa, and you'll type in their name. So we'll just hit the name, and your keyboard is going to come up. So we'll just go ahead and we'll put Prada. So Prada, so her name is here. Now her depth, we've already measured Prada's legs for how deep we want the water to be. So you don't want that water so high that that cold water gets on their organs, but then again, you don't want that water to be so shallow that it's not even giving up above the hocks. The hocks are gonna get a lot of impact when they're being ridden the way that they are and for performance. So it's basically a waste of time if you're not covering their hocks. So we wanna have it just over their basically the cap of their hock, maybe an inch or two above is fine. And then also to measure for that, you're going to measure where you would ideally want that water, and then you're going to subtract maybe an inch or two because obviously the horse's mass is going to take up some of that volume of the water, and then also when you turn on the air, it's going to kick those bubbles around too. So you don't want water to be splashing up in the diaper or getting on their belly. So we've already measured her, and we've got her for 25 inches, and we'll hit OK. So when you hit OK, it saves the depth. Now we'll go into the time, and we personally want our horses to be in there for 20 minutes, and then we'll hit OK. So it takes about 2.5 to 3 minutes to fill up to the depth that we would like, and then it's going to hold that depth for 20 minutes, and then it takes another 2 to 3 minutes for that water to empty. But the duration, the time frame, is when it gets to level that you would like the inches that you'd like to have on the horse's legs. The duration of the time, 20 minutes, is when it gets to that level, it's going to hold it. Okay, so then we'll switch to the auto screen, and you can stay in the data screen and you can put all your horses in there. We do it kind of one at a time when we first started with the spa because we'd have to measure each horse, and then it saves it into this program, so you don't have to do this every day. This is hopefully just a one-off deal, and then it's set and ready to go for to continue using every day. So switch to auto screen. So now we're gonna actually go to the manual screen. So the first thing we do when we get to the barn is we actually go to the spa and we switch the spa out of sleep mode. So sleep mode is a setting that is just an energy saving setting, and it just keeps the water temperature in the tank between 40 to 45 degrees. Because if you're not riding horses in the middle of the night, it doesn't need to be staying at 36, 38 degrees. All it's doing is wasting power and running your pumps and just putting more use on the equipment than what it needs. So you just go over here and you just tap sleep mode and it unilluminates, and then that's where you go ahead and turn your chiller pump on, your chiller on, and your pump on, and now it gives the tank a little bit of time while we're saddling the first horses and gets the temperature of the tank and the water back down to 36, 38 degrees. So the very first thing we do here is we come to the spa, and that gives me an hour, maybe 2 hours to get my setting my water where I want it. So the other thing I'm going to do is going to go ahead and open up my doors. The top one, it doesn't matter so much because obviously it's not water sealed, but these two bottom doors have seals on the inside, and if you keep these shut all the time, what it does is it just collapses that seal and it can potentially leak. So we just go ahead and open the doors up and just leave them open. There you go. So you can either open those doors up and have them open at nighttime, or you can open them up in the morning, but they just need a little time for those seals to basically expand again. So the very last thing we do with the spa at the end of the day, once the last horse has actually gone through the spa, we're going to come through here and we're going to shut all of our pumps off, because there's no reason that your pumps need to run all night long and keep that water down to that low of a temp. So you're going to come over here and just hit chiller pump off, chiller off, pump off. And now I'm going to go ahead and illuminate sleep mode. So that's where it's going to keep that temperature in the tank between 40 and 45 degrees. And it's only going to kick the chiller on if the temperature gets above or in between that 40 and 45 degrees, okay? So basically you're ready to go. We personally like to shut our doors because it just keeps less dust. We got a vacuum that comes through here, it's horses, it's a barn, it's dusty. It just keeps a lot of that extra dust from getting inside that spa. Every bit of dust that gets in there is eventually got to go through your filters, which actually lessens the life of your filter, okay? And that's how we leave it at night.